What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. The market was all over the place today. If we take a look at the S&P 500 or the SPY, we had a lot of selling pressure throughout the day, but a super strong recovery towards close. In today's video, we're going to cover the best plays for tomorrow and some important news that happened today. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. Like I said, we have a lot of good plays and a lot of good info today, so make sure you guys stick around to the end. But Tom, fill us in. What happened in the market today?
Yeah, in the market today, you can see that the QQQ and the SPY initially started falling whenever the market opened, but I will say pre-market went pretty well for the market. We can see that the SPY and pre-market did very well, rising from around 445.50 all the way up to like 449 right at open. And then we saw that selling pressure, kind of like we saw yesterday, come back into the market, but the SPY ended up holding that 444 support down there at the bottom, ended up coming right back up at the end of the day. And there was some pretty interesting news that came out today that definitely affected the market. I'm not sure if it helped affect it to the upside towards the end or if it helped make it go down in the morning, but House Democrats are proposing a new tax hike to pay for their $3.5 trillion bill. And this is pretty big. The proposal includes top corporate and individual tax rates of 26.5% and 39.6% respectively, which is pretty big. And of course, any of this information can change as they start to talk and kind of change up the bill as it goes through Congress. But as of right now, they're talking about those tax hikes in the news quite a bit, and I'm pretty scared that that's going to affect the market over the next few days.
Very interesting. So yeah, it's definitely big news there, but we got to talk about AMC, Tom. You know, looking at them, they finished up around 3% or so. They're still above that $50 level, which is awesome to see. I saw some squeeze stocks were doing pretty well today, also like ATER, but you know, AMC, it's doing pretty good. ATER is just exploding. They're up like 50%, and they're right at that $18 resistance.
Yeah, ATER had a really great day, like you said. Closed really strong, even up there towards $18. But you know, AMC did pretty well today, even though it ended up coming down towards the end. It's still up 3%. And like you said, it broke out above $52, and we're still holding the $50 support very well, which is awesome. And whenever we look at AMC on the daily chart, you can see how it's starting to really break out of this bullish flag. And I would think that we might be able to get more upwards movement over the next couple days. Now, we already broke out of this a little bit, but man, these hype stocks are looking good. AMC, ATER, even one of your favorite stocks, Mike, CCJ, did very well today, pulled back a little bit, but man, that break to the upside at pre-market was awesome.
Oh, I know. I'm a huge fan of CCJ right now, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're pretty overbought, you know, and this is coming from someone who has CCJ calls. To have a run like this, like they're gonna pull back soon, most likely. But I really like them for like the next couple months and even the next couple years. I think they have a lot of potential, and there's a lot going on with the uranium market right now. But I like the play, but I really would not be surprised if it pulled back. Uranium stocks across the board are popping up, like you pointed out in multiple other videos in our streams, of course. But I want to take a look one more time at ATER. Tom, I know there was a ton of hype with this one today. Like we said, it closed up 50%. Like, what levels are you watching?
Yeah, it looks like on the max daily chart here, it looks like there's a pretty big resistance coming up right at the $20 mark. And, you know, $20 is a pretty big psychological level as well. And we've been going straight up pretty much since around $3 with this stock. So it's had a great run here over the past few weeks, and hopefully it can continue. But this $20 resistance should pose us a pretty big level. So watch out for that. But ATER has a lot of momentum, lots of hype, and the market is really, or I shouldn't say the market, but a lot of people are jumping into ATER and really pushing this one up, and it's been getting a lot of support on Wall Street bets and etc. So there's a lot of hype around this one, and I feel like a lot of potential for the next few days if we can break $20.
One thing to keep in mind if you are an options trader is that ATER has some pretty expensive options right now. The IV is over 250%, so definitely keep that in mind. But Tom, I hear we have some pretty big numbers coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, we have that CPI data coming out tomorrow, and this could give us the data that we need to kind of see how inflation has been going. And, you know, lots of people have been saying inflation is transitory, like Powell. And of course, he's supposed to try to prop up the markets like that. But if inflation's transitory, we should start to see it start to fall off over the next couple months. If not, then it might stick around for a little bit longer, but we'll have to see how this ends up playing out. This data is going to be pretty big. It's coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow before the market opens. So it should make for a pretty awesome pre-market. So make sure you set your alarm clocks early and make sure you wake up early.
Good stuff. Definitely big numbers tomorrow, but let's get right into these momentum plays. With the first one, we have Fubo to the downside.
Yep. And with FUBO, go ahead and make them fall right below 27.30 today.
All right, and with the next one, we have RCL to the upside.
Yep. And with RCL, go ahead and make them break $85.
Yeah, Cruise Lines had a pretty good day today. And then with the next one, we have GM to the upside.
Yep. General Motors recovering back nicely, and it looks like make them break out above that 51 resistance.
All right, so we are watching Fubo for a potential play to the downside. And we are watching RCL and GM for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break the levels Tom listed. But let's shout out our member of the day real quick. So our today's member of the day is Patel. He had an awesome comment on yesterday's video. He said, "This show is honestly the best. Surprised it only gets like 3,000 to 8,000 views a video." So thank you so much for that comment. And guys, if you like this show, it would really help us out if you could share it with people, and of course subscribe. We're always trying to grow and improve. So thank you guys all so much for watching. And if you're new here, definitely don't forget to subscribe. But let's get into the other comments from the previous video. And then we have Rich saying, "Woo, this week is going to be amazing. I'm watching my plays on Zoom and Peloton closely." So Zoom unfortunately had a pretty bad day today, down almost 4%. I really like them for the long term, but yeah, they did get smacked today.
Yeah, they had a pretty bad day, right back down to that 290 support. Hopefully they can hold this level. If we end up breaking below this, it could make for a pretty bad move with Zoom, especially after that bad earnings that they had just a couple weeks ago. So really watch that 290 support. Hopefully it holds up, but even if it doesn't, I feel like Zoom's in a good spot to buy for the longer term.
Good stuff. And then we have Sean saying, "Microsoft puts is a nice hedge. I'm seeing and learning. Nicely done. Let's go." So yeah, the market's all over the place. I know tech stocks especially have been selling off like in an interesting way, to say the least. It's not like a crash. It's just like a slow profit taking, I guess you can say. And yeah, I think Microsoft puts are definitely a good hedge.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that this CPI data tomorrow might really show us, like, if this data goes really wrong and a lot of these tech stocks break their supports, we might see a pretty bloody day in the markets. But if the data goes well, who knows, the market might push up to new highs. But I'm with you. It's definitely been a crazy type of pullback. It's been like a slow and steady, just like slow and steady red sell-off days rather than like a big crash. And generally, like you say, we see the elevator to the downside when that starts to come. And this time it just seems like it's pretty slow and steady as of right now, but I have a weird feeling that the elevator will come pretty soon.
All right, and then we have Hunter saying, "It's been 7 months of them saying transitory. Like I said months ago, experts suck. They're almost always wrong, and they proved it again. I hope the Apple event makes them fall more because I want to get them cheap." So yeah, I know what you mean. I know that a lot of our, I guess you could say, higher up officials have been saying, inflation's gonna be transitory for what seems like forever now. But hey, their job's to keep the market up, and I'll say, they've been doing a pretty good job over the past year. The market's been booming, but I definitely know what you mean, Hunter. It seems like they've been saying that forever. And if Apple does tank, like Hunter said, that'll be a pretty good buying opportunity.
Yeah, it would. And one thing to keep in mind is that whenever all this inflation news first started going on, a lot of people had a lot of different opinions than they have now. So, as this starts to go, I feel like that they might start to talk more about inflation maybe sticking around, or we might just have to see how they end up changing. But hopefully Powell kind of changes his tune soon, because at some point I feel like people are going to start just thinking he's just straight up lying.
For sure. I mean, you could only say high inflation's gonna be transitory for so long. So we'll see what happens. And, definitely the more data we get, the better. But Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything you're watching for tomorrow?
Definitely going to be watching these tech stocks like Apple and Microsoft. I feel like that they're definitely in key spots. The VXX, I feel like, is going to be a really good thing to watch for the next few days, and UVXY, especially with the CPI data coming out. If we do see the market crash, VXX and UVXY could be a great hedge, and they should end up going up. You can see even today, before the big sell off at the end of the day, the VIX was moving pretty well back to the upside, and the volatility was there for the market. We saw the SPY selling off in the middle of the day, and just don't be surprised if we see that happen again tomorrow. Really watch for that 444 support with the SPY, and hopefully the market can kind of, maybe break that and have a nice break to the downside, or maybe we can go back up and break through this resistance at 448 and have a good move back up. But hey, I'll just be happy to see a good move in either direction.
There we go. So if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. And then come join our free stock Discord chat. The link for that will be in the description down below, but it will also be the first comment in the comments down below. The Discord chat is completely free, and you can network with a bunch of other stock and options traders, including Tom and myself. So definitely check it out. It's completely free. The link is in the description and also in the comments. And if you want to join Tom and I live every single morning at market open, you can click the link in the description down below for the Stocked Up Live YouTube channel. We go live every single morning at market open. Other than that, thanks for watching.